People, now welcome to the Talking Point Show for Elebota TV and radio. My name is Naidafi Matthew. As you organize, I know, and I like to call me the Elebota One of Sports. Well, if you story day for grand, we be say don't they hit the ears of people, so more we'll talk about them some more. Yeah, the people of Catalonia, will be the city where Barcelona day for inside Spain. They decide say may they do crowdfunding so that they'll get money as backup because this. Brother Corona, so he dey really the scatter ground for that place. But now only 33,000 euros now they fit contribute. So now Pep Guardiola come look and say, look, I be son of the soil, I get money. What be the use of the money when my people they suffer? Now he decide to from your own pocket give 1 million euros as support. I been at 1 million pounds as support to the project. So from 33,000 euros, they don't get over a million. That's a very good one. But why that one they happen? There's something at the rat with inside house. Now they invite rat for outside there to come say food this. So why UEFA don't ban Man City for 2 years and also find the 25 million pounds for breach of financial fair play, which me as a DSO, the Igbo of Mede things believe say that punishment too much because you get many other clubs who say the breaches financial fair play from Man United to Paris Saint-Germain to Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and the rest of them. They want to use these guys to set example and also extort money. UEFA just want to extort money from these Arab people. That's my own belief. Oh, you might not believe them. Another thing don't happen. 10 clubs for inside the Premier League don't sign petition to court of arbitration for Spurs. They say the way we be say Man City take carry this appeal, so it means that they go play for the Champions League next season because see coronavirus don't delay things now. By the time the appeal go start, the punishment not go feel hold again. So the 10 clubs them Arsenal they inside people where they feel they always want another successful people to fail. Chelsea they inside too, Man United, Liverpool, all these top 10 club for England apart from Sheffield. Sheffield no they because they be like better thing. They not say they not fit try to do kind of nonsense. Well, the doctor say make court of arbitration for Spurs. They no even listen to the matter. You see enemies they get money to spend for this kind of matters. You know, say to carry this appeal now, you must spend money to pay lawyers and the rest of them. Well, they say Man City don't they buy players anyhow. Now, one question will just in my head. Not be like this. Chelsea say they buy players that time. Sherrod Phillips, where we say they want sell for 11 million, not be 21 million. Chelsea buy him. Michael Essien, where we say na 30 million be this thing, not be 24 million. Chelsea buy him. We don't forget. All of a sudden, people don't forget all this thing. What a Maluda, you know? Well, what I could sabi. Coronavirus make people not to talk. Yes, so this still on the coronavirus matter. Why would they talk about news and all these sporting things? See here, guys, the matter is serious every day. It hits home every day. Some people say they wish say the sickness catch all our politicians. Like I don't talk before, this sickness no creed, age, religion, gender. It's what I could just tell you. They say it hard. You know what to make it hard? You feel they careful. Somebody else will know they careful. It be like driving for road. You feel they careful, they drive. Somebody just lose brake on jam you. Somebody know they careful will come meet you. So this now what I did try talk. As with the stockpile, very soon now, America now they don't approve the would make president sign actually $2 trillion. And inside that $2 trillion, so about $250 billion inside now to give to families, and then 350 billion now to give to small business like this kind of business now. But my point is, we not get all those kind of bailout for Nigeria. Man, not tell you a lie. Ventilators not also dey for Nigeria. Even if it not dey available for now for top class politicians. Even though some of us they pray say make the corona just catch only all the top class politicians. Unfortunately, corona no dey behave like that. Corona is not it's not fair, it's not just, it's wicked. It catch everybody, both the rich and the poor. My own take be say those of us we get habit of not eating well when I try to eat well. Those of us get the habit of drinking too much alcohol. Where alcohol plenty for our body pass food, when I reduce the alcohol. Those of us will be say when I not feel live on a life without smoking. This is the time to take a vacation, sabbatical on smoking. You know why I talk this thing so? I just so observe, see, even though say they never come out, can't tell us the cure of corona. One of the things I don't observe since this corona thing start, they say all the people will be say they live good, healthy habits. That they survive the corona. Now people will be say that they older, people will not get good healthy habits, now then they die for the corona. So me, instead of me to complain of the corona, I just want to give you a guide on those are the things we go save now. And then apple cider vinegar, it's not the best time to get her for house. Vitamin C, it's not the best time to get her for house. Lemon, it's not the best time to get her for house. Also, avoid showing ice block. avoid eating ice block. If you can avoid drinking cold water, it will also help you well, because from the look of things, corona, it dey grow well for where cold dey, and anything wey hot, they feel the attack and they reduce them. So when they drink warm water or hot tea, hot pepper soup, those kind of things, if una go fit. Well, we could go to the people where we say they drop their voice note today. And having said that, make a first say thank you to all of una where we say, even in the midst of all of this, so una they keep the flag flying. Not easy. But one other thing what I want to tell you now. This is not the time where we say una go to ignore my pastor say. This is the reason why. All this why when they talk of this corona, so you never notice say any pastor or church never come out cut us okay. Oh, this ventilator safe, but we even use our connection to buy ventilator coming. She churches I'm not the fight church, but I just tell you now. They never do. So okay, we will bring the ventilator. More put her for the clinic of our members where they go hospital. We never say those kinds of things. I'm just saying, and you know, say even the ventilator, you need electricity to work. And you know the way our lights be. Mona dey careful, mona wise. If they tell you mona come church, mona tell they say una go fit watch her with the internet. After all, this show na internet una take the follow around. Mona stream church service instead of going together for church. Well, we'll take the first person will be say drop message.
Hello, go to one of sports. BB Ray on the line. Current location, Ososa in Ijebu, Ogun State. My question is not based on sports, but the question is, in 2017, that you left radio. On that fateful day, what was it like to you? How do you feel when you were given that letter? I don't want to call it sack, because it's a turning point for you. How was it like? How do you feel that moment, that day? Then after, I want you to relate it to general life. When such thing happen in an organization, if you are to talk to that person, how will you advise that person at that very moment? Thank you very much.
All right, my brother from Onosa Ijebu, the first off, it was August 15th. I think it was a Tuesday, August 15, 2017. When they tell me, say, we get meeting first, this is how it started. They say, we get meeting with the chairman, everybody. I the season just start. My mind, I have to say, maybe we want to do strategy for the new season. And then we went for the meeting, and then, plenty talk on the coming. First, it started with an indirect talk. This one, people are doing things outside, I don't even bother. Because, one, they never sacked me anywhere while I worked before. Now, I always resign. And then, to be very honest, Billa is the longest place I've worked in my life. If you go back home, one of the problems my family have with me is that I think they quick the verse. I think the quick verse leave work. I think the quick, things the quick piss me off. Like, take for instance, I was coaching and I was doing well. I was enjoying the job. Somebody just said something that I didn't like. So try to influence, decide who go play match. I best write very long letter of resignation. That's why I am. I work at on job because I feel like I go always get job. Because of the community where I come from. And my life has always been like that. So that day, it wasn't like direct sack, but would be honest, yeah, because it wasn't first direct sack. The decision was, okay, from today you will not go on air again till the end of the month. This was 15, so you'll not go on air again, but you'll be coming to the office. And they were not happy that I was doing Sports as the Hot on YouTube with my friends Sim Card and Tracy. So, and to me, I saw it as slavery. That very minute, I just saw it as slavery. And then they start questioning my loyalty, start talking a whole lot of side talk, things that didn't matter. Like, for instance, I went to do a presentation somewhere and I called the chairman by his name and I didn't add doctor, which was, it wasn't even meant to be disrespectful. And then I said that I'd worked for 8 years without being paid. And then everything was just coming up. This one, I'll bring this one. So I felt, one, it was disrespectful because over the years, I've never had to deal with the chairman in the presence of the crowd, like everybody have to be there. It was always a one-on-one relationship. So I felt like this was somebody trying to handle me, like let's bend him, let's get him to a place where we can control him. And I looked at my service over the years, and I like, you know what, I've given this company more than they even deserve, more than they're paying me for. When we were in battle with other stations, I was in the forefront where everybody was for dragging. So to question it as disloyal, or that the wave your banner that we did, I didn't play an active role. When is the committee they set up that said I shouldn't get involved, I was like, man, all this was crap. There was too much witch hunting. It had gone from just normal disciplinary talk, normal family conversation, to witch hunting. And the worst thing I can ever do is to live in an environment where there was witch hunting. But let me backtrack a bit what led to my being sacked. A few months before August, after the death of Stephen Keshi and Amadou Shaibu, I was offered a managerial position. So they wanted to change my situation from a contract, because I have a contract from 2012. I had a contract that was running every 6 months. So they wanted to change it and offered me, the chairman called me and offered me that he wants to make me a manager. He wants to like up my pay, make me a manager, give me more powers. And I said to him, these were my words. I said, sir, the people you have around you would not make that possible. I like the fact that, people think that I am useless and I don't have powers, and then I'm just doing my thing. If you give me managerial position, there are people who live their life. Their life is in that office, is in power. So they will feel threatened. Let's think of the company more than the individual. And I think the chairman didn't like it. Felt like, oh, I don't want to take responsibility. I don't want to lead. But unknowing to him, I was already leading. I was helping to keep people together. You could ask Kingsley Murphy. It's not by accident that I left and then all these guys left at the same time. It has never happened before. But so I walked in from the chairman's office and I entered the admin and I told the guy that I just pulled out my ID card and I gave him. I was like, no, that's not what he said. I was like, no, let's sign this shit and let me get out of here. So that was how I left. As soon as I left, I knew that, I'm human. Come on, I'm talented. I don't need anybody to tell me. I'm talented. Even the work that I'm doing, it's not feeding me well. There is something that somebody would threaten you with. You'll be like, okay, wait, because of this thing, if I was earning, let's say, $1 million every month, or 500,000, or 600,000, or 750K, I'd be like, oh, the money, I can take the rubbish because of the money. But when the rubbish was not becoming bigger, first off, I work in an office where I don't have a desk, I don't have a seat, I don't use the office internet for like 2 years. I use my own internet. I don't, I go to the studio feeling like I'm not part of the system. And I don't complain. I mean, these are things I can afford. All of those crazy, dirty politics, I was just looking at it. So adding this one to it, I just told myself that enough is enough. Because once I went to the World Cup and came back, there was too much hate, there was too much bickering, it's a long story. It's something that I try not to discuss, but, So once that happened, I was like, man, I just said to myself, fuck it, let them go and sleep, let them get out of my face. So that's how I left, and, the cookies crumble. Everybody went on their own. So for me, I'm going to say to any other person out there, when you're working, I love my job. I love what I did. I love the time I spent in Bella FM. It was a great moment of my life because it enabled me to achieve my dreams, But at the same time, there is a limit to what any human being can accept. And I got to the limit, the elastic limit, and I needed to, quit and then move on. So I moved on to this. This is tough also. This is very, very tough. But I like this one. This one would last. This is my own. It will last. That's just what I say.
Hello, Elegwete TV Radio. This is Mario, but this time I'm calling from Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. Now, some days ago, I saw a news about Dangote pledging to donate some money for the fight of coronavirus in Nigeria. And just yesterday, Jack Ma's donation, a pledge of medical kits just arrived in Nigeria. Yeah. Now, going by the unreliability of our leaders and the past records of their mismanagement and embezzlement of funds, do you think, or what's your take on Dangote pledging to donate money, or you should do as Jack Ma has done? What do you think is would be the best approach right now? Is it him dropping the money as he pledged, or getting those medical kits and the necessary items and bring them into Nigeria for it to be distributed? What's your take on that? Thank you.
Una dey see o, Mario don run leave us for Lagos go worry. Mario, Ogene Mario. Well, let's talk about Dangote. When I first hear the thing, even before Jack Ma kids arrive, I just said the person within next to me say, this now audio money. Dangote is not giving anybody any money. Because my people go say, because say cat get good behavior, not be say you give her fish you go still chop the fish. And you go give her the fish now you be the bad person. Dangote no go tell me say he don't know how leaders be. Dangote, as a matter of fact, Dangote is the most powerful and most influential person in the whole of Nigeria. Dangote can do and undo, meaning he can go where they manufacture these kits, and that 200 million when they promise to invest them on bringing these kits. Dangote have a network of friends who even our government not get. Dangote get connection, limitless connection globally with some of the most powerful and most influential global figures in the world. If a man will be say not come from Nigeria, but I know say one of the reasons why Jack Ma do Nigeria be say the Nigerian market, the LP business. You know, this thing is give and take. Nobody does anything for free. Nothing happen by accident. Dangote wey know say the people wey they buy a product not be government, rather the people wey they buy a product na Nigerians. And Nigerians they buy those spaghetti, and Nigerians they buy those sugars. When he suppose go out there, what we suppose here say Dangote already bring kit to ventilator, test kit, and the rest of them. Dangote say won't carry 200 million give Nigerian government. The same Nigerian government we claim say they won't go borrow $500 million to take do NTA. NTA, you can't beat the rich. The same Nigerian government will claim say they won't give one governor $100 million, I mean $1 billion of Abacha loot. I don't know how much be the money. Now that same Nigerian government, now you confidently say you want to give 200 million. What would the reason? Dangote, you too smart now. You smart pass all this now. You say to become richest black man in the world. Nah, by mistake. To establish the business where you establish so not by mistake now. But you not got your wise rich, you not go still fit fool us now. You get where you go do rich, we go not say this one has scam you, this scam us now. You know me say because say you don't get money past everybody now. Anything we just talk, we just believe them. You smart pass this one, but me I don't still go down to the village. Yes, oh they do the woman exercise. I go down to the village. So I know the way all these people the reason. I know the way they think. One thing way I go sit down here talk, they say. More I forget whether I go to talk anything or you not talk anything. Because for me, now audio promise me that nothing they come out of her. More I just live on a life where pray to God, stay clean, avoid going out. Like me now for this studio now, we'll only 3 with the year. Go come back, we not even shake each other, we need to touch each other again. Do your work, man, do my work. Everybody stay on. And so the matter to be self-isolation. That's what they do. Isolate yourself. No go they go do apropos, no go argue for newspaper stand, no go tell anybody say you know pass them. I should say everybody, last, everybody go do all right. But move to another person.
Well done, Elebite TV radio. Now, look watching the talk. Current location, K2. Yes, bro. Make a quickly yarn about the Olympic now. Finally, the organizing committee don't come to their senses. They don't postpone them till next year. All things being equal, we pray that God should take control of this global pandemic that is happening everywhere, at least so that we can have our sporting lives back. And the second one we I want to quickly talk about now, this our so-called leaders in this country. If ordinarily so-called our federal capital Abuja, the hospital there, despite big money was allocated for a clinic, they can't get any well-equipped medical equipment in hospital, that they have to fly chief of staff to Lagos for treatment the entire meal. And even so called our governors and our leaders, if na election now you go see them they distribute rice garri up and down the road. They can't freely distribute sanitizer and face masks and some other things for the prevention of this coronavirus. I won't make you talk about this one, my brother. Take care. Have a nice day.
All right, Oluwaseun, I not get anything to add. Now the fact you don't talk, so there's also want something clear, and then they argue. Right? One person speak true to everybody accept, then they argue against them. Our so-called leaders, I don't believe so. We get leadership. Now paramount rulers we get. That now what did the sabi do? Now the sabi do so. And another thing, what I like, now say coronavirus. You know, I grew up the way the thing reads me. Whenever there is problem is an opportunity. So coronavirus now the greatest opportunity will be say we don't get for Nigeria. For me, not be say I dey happy say anybody get am, but one part of me they thank God for coronavirus. You know why? For the very first time, nobody dey brag about I dey go abroad. Oh, I can't give my wife we get belle cannot deliver in Nigeria. Everybody now they deliver their children for Nigeria perfectly well. That's one. Secondly, all those I'm from Dubai. I just went to Dubai to go and chill. Gelato. I go lick ice cream for Italy. Nobody did do am again. That na one. Italy now they go lick ice cream now na Corona and I food that place. Not beside the mock Italian. So talking about our leader, chief of staff get Corona. They not fit treat her for Abuja. Not be shame. All these plenty people who would they elect they go Abuja because they believe say flight always day for them to fly go abroad. And Nigeria money, not be they work the money. Now Nigeria money they go thief, they go deep and inside the river of Nigeria money, fly go abroad. They don't remember to take care of it. If you look where now, the rich people will not catch this coronavirus and their children, it plenty past the poor people. What we know. So, not we see they look at the go like this. Maybe an opportunity for them after now to improve our healthcare sector. The medical doctors and nurses where anybody not care about before, we know they important. Now they don't become the most important people. Even we ordinary regular citizen, any smart thing, my pastor say. Today now doctors and nurses now then they more important to us. So make we realize say after this corona, because the corona go. I dey talk about the corona go, it go disappear, it go be like say you know, not say Ebola do, that time no movement, everybody dey shake. Ebola don't go since nobody talk about Ebola again. They offer now switch. This one go too. When it go, whether we go learn or we not go learn, that one, no. Talking about the Olympics, I think I like the decision where they take eventually. So let's say I go, but it will come with a whole lot of implication. But let's just believe, say, they go find a way through them and they will get through. So let's move on to the next person.
This is Tunji from First Talk. I want to ask a question, which is, how did you find your purpose? Because lately I've been thinking of what I love doing, for example, and football is something I love doing. I'm studying nursing, for example, and at the same time, I have interest in real estate management, for example. So I'm not yet done, but then I'm just thinking of a way, if possible, where I can combine the three of them together. But then it seems shortcoming. I've not yet discovered, or I don't know if you've been in any situation like that where you have about 2-3 things that you love doing and you're actually good at it. Like football now, it's not like I still play, but then I love talking about football. I'm quite good at analysis to an extent. I like reporting football, I like talking football. But then the writing part, I'm not so good at it. But combining it with nursing, what I'm studying, and also real estate management, which I love doing, things I've heard about it seems good. The money that comes alongside with it seems good as well. I just want to know what I want to do in like the next 2-3 years, probably when I'm done with school and stuff like that. So I want to know if you encountered any challenge like that, and how did you deal with it? How did you know that okay, this is for me, this one is not for me? How did you put things aside? Thank you, sir.
Tunji, this is your question, and one of the hardest questions in the human life. But I think my mother helped me at the beginning of my life. Not be say she tell me directly, my mom not call me sit down and tell me, but the way she did do things helped me to guide me in that direction. My mom has always, she go always say, God bless her soul, she's late now. She go always say, start with the small ones. Like if you want to cook, for instance, when she started teaching us how to grind pepper and tomatoes and melon on the grinding stone, she go say, when I start, because I'm in a hurry, I want to do one quick, I go pack many melon, then it go take me longer time. So she go say, start with small, put small, grind down. When it's smooth, you pack a come out, put other small. Before you know it, all the small way they take come out from the plate, so you go down grind and finish. Always start from the small. So let's use you as example. Nursing where you dey study is a good way to go. Real estate practice not be something where you dey do full time involved. Okay, if you get a brief from somebody who want to sell property, then you take them up from there and then you sell, you get your commission. Having said that, it's not something where they open full office for unless you be all this real estate company, which you're not. So focus on the nursing. As you do the nursing, see the advantage. As you do the nursing, you don't sabi, you don't get the work now. You can't meet people. Have a good attitude. All of these things, discovering your potential, it's tied to attitude. If you have a good attitude, the people where you dey treat go like you. People where they come hospital, most likely they like buy property. So once you don't establish good relationship with people, because some people you go treat them for hospital, some people you go treat them off, your house patient. Once you don't establish those kind of relationship, I dey sell property, I get land for you to sell, I get land for them. Because they trust you in treating them, they go obviously come to you. So start with the one where we say it dey very close to you and they grow. For me, how I discover my purpose, one, I've always known that I can talk. Growing up, you too talk, you talk too much, blah, blah, blah. And then growing up amongst my mates, I was always the guy who had information. I was the guy that everybody would come meet, say, Ayas, like I could name Ayas starting 11, name their reserve, name Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. As in this is back in the 80s, so 80s, 87, 88, 89, 90, when DSTV never did. I don't know all those things because I used to write letters a lot. So I know, say, one, as I play ball, I go play football. I do academically sound. I might not say I'm the most brilliant person, but I do academically sound. I go play football. Once I don't play football, I go work. But I was always going to be in the hub of information, around information. So as technology they advance, I just realized that, okay, this is not the opportunity. This is not something where they good at. I use them. So I think that the same thing you should do. First of all, master the nursing, grow in it, become an expert in that area. And then from one victory, you get another victory, another victory, another victory, then you win a trophy. But we move to another person.
Hello, Elegbete TV radio. This is Pedro from Unilag. Although Unilag is still the location, we've been chased out of hostel, but we're living fine. My question is very, very small, but it might be very, very. It might take your time to answer. My question is, how do you think the Nigerian league can be profitable? How can it be marketable? How can it be profitable? I'm always thinking about that. Is it by government putting in money? Is it by the private organization or the private team doing things differently? Is it by privatization of the league itself? I've heard different opinions from different people. How do you think it can be marketable? It's a shameful thing to see Zambian league, or is it Zimbabwe league that I do watch on Super Sport? It's a shameful thing to see those leagues online, on TV rather, where Nigeria league is just a shadow of what it should be. Please, can you just shed more light on that? Thank you so much for the great job you're doing.
Thank you very much, Pedro from Unilag. I don't spend time, days, hours, talk time to talk about this many times. And I'll repeat them here again. Yeah, like you talk, a small question, but it is very long to answer. To start with, it starts with government. Government needs to make a deliberate policy. I've always said that there are two English words I like deliberate and strategic. A deliberate policy from government, from the top, from the National Assembly to the Senate, and then all the state assembly to go adopt them. That we start to see sports as business. If you go to our channel, if you watch one interview we put up yesterday with the coach of Goshen and the team manager, when he talks, they are trying to help footballers, you notice how subconsciously I just like, hey, stop. Footballers are not less privileged people. We still see them as less privileged people. People want to help, come up for street, give food. So it they make us know they work the way we're supposed to work. But once we start to see football as an industry, like the way petroleum industry the way agriculture the way music and movie be industry, we'll can see them differently. So once they make a policy to make sure, say, football are business, and then this policy aid the level of accountability, and then all the states will be saying that they sponsor club right now, put their clubs for sale, but they put am in such a way that na group of people go fit buy am, any individual no go buy am. Because to be very honest, there is no rich person in Nigeria that can fund a football club for the next 10 years. If Dangote run a football club for 10 years, Dangote go broke. Tosin and me talk am. And I don't talk this if people say he gets this, he get that. If Dangote take over Kano Pillars and Dangote run Kano Pillars professionally for 10 years, pay salaries wey be say football suppose dey earn for 10 years, Dangote go come up for richest man in Africa. He go broke. If Otedola try am, he go sell all the private jets, he go sell the yacht, all those things. That see, this not be say they tell me. This na industry where I know. I don't own club before, I don't run the business. I know how they be. So the states, every state will get club go divest their ownership and sell and give group. We will come get what they call supporters trust. Then the people where they now put to run the club will be elected by the supporters, by the board, the people who own the club, the shareholders. So they go state what they want make their club they do. In that regard, the club itself will not find activities where they go do around the club, where go connect people to fans, where go connect people to market, where go bring in enough support as well as market so that money go dey. Right now, we dey run football as a token, as a handout. You know, no matter what you do, government go always draw budget. Once they draw budget, and we dey forget say we dey broke. Once they draw budget, they go allocate money for sports. So we need to feed the need to go out there to go market them. Take for instance, NTA. They say NTA they struggle. They need $500 million. Nigerian government won't go borrow. Imagine say na me get NTA. You see this business why they do so. You say I they go out every day, they go back people. Make una subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make una watch our views. Make una do this one because I know say nobody there or sugar daddy won't come give me money. But NTA, the workers wey dey work for NTA know say their salary go come, knows everything will come. A network wey be say every single day over 70 million people they view am. You see they beg to go take loan. If you put advert for NTA, you know how much be that? Over 70 million people. If I get 70 million people they view my channel, I go compete with Otedola and Dangote in terms of wealth. I go employ over 30,000 to 50,000 people. Yes. And I go pay them well. All of my staff, they go holiday where they want to go. They go drive whatever car they want to drive. But that's the point. Because in a government, if the money comes, people go shop them, spend that money, government go see give their bailout. One minister go come out and say they want to collect loan to take revive NTA because if they collect the loan, half of the money will go to them. And the same thing they do with football. So if they divest these clubs and say, okay, make it be ownership of group. Because the reason why I say one person of a wrong club, say if I Yoba, when they start, you know, they show themselves, oh, they want to build stadium, they don't partner with West Ham, blah, 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 blah. When the shit hit the fan now, we don't know where they did now. Then they see road again. So if they fit do all those things, set up the structure well, my brother, Nigeria, we get 40 million addicted football lovers. Now I make Premiership, they say, yeah. Now I make Coca-Cola go partner EPL, and they operate on Nigeria to come use a banter better. Banter na better thing. They want to banter to black, say make it black, say a good thing. Say banter better, so that you go watch Premiership. Banter, now they cause fight, now they cause trouble. But Coca-Cola don't put money. Nigerians say they say like that. Why will not use those 40 million, direct their energy? If 40 million people they buy into the Nigerian Professional Football League every week, the money will go come out it go compete with oil and gas. That's what the matter to be. But now those structure will never put in place, so now they give us problem. We could not waste too much time there. Make I go to the last person we're done the show, and Timothy Dembo.
Hello, Elemental TV Radio. Yes, this is Timothy Dembo, yes, and I'm calling from Ipaja. So, Elemental, a quick one. I want to ask for someone. There's this young footballer, 19-year-old, sent me a message on Facebook. The guy thinks I'm more big journalist. Does not know I'm also trying to build myself. But let's leave that aside. I'm asking on his behalf now. And I'll also tell him to listen to this show and also follow the Elevated TV Radio. But he asked me and said he would like to join a club that he has been playing and it's been difficult for him and his passion for football. So I don't know, what is your advice for that kind of guy? Thank you very much, because he's telling me that he needs a club and he needs to start playing and all sorts of things like that. Thank you.
All right, Timothy Dembo. If Timothy sees somebody this small, I want to take as the person are really dey young, because Timothy and you today young. So let's accept it that na young person I send this question, and it depends on where the person is stay. So this is my advice. For football, I've always insisted, and I go talk am every day. If you sabi play, football go find you. Now, who knows sabi play? Now, they tell me they help am. But I know say talent plenty now. Sometimes struggle the day. If you dey stay around Surulere, the person dey in luck. You know why I say so? Find any of those clubs like G12, Box to Boss, Goshen. You stay around Surulere, Yaba, those area. Find them, train with them, because they play active competition and they do a lot of scouting tournament. Somebody will spot you there. If you know they're around those places too, look for club where we say they active in competition. Be patient, then be disciplined. Avoid the habit of smoking, avoid drinking all this paraga and the rest of them, avoid smoking once again, avoid restless and reckless living. When you play your game, play, improve. I'd always tell footballers, the few ones why, when I get time to go counsel them or talk to them for their team, I'd always tell them, the days of I be defender, it don't go. If you be defender, add a good ability to cross, to give more assists. Imagine say Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robinson, they need to give assists. You tell anybody go know them, nobody go know them. So those are some of the things. You need to add something special. Ability to play free kick, ability to add goals to your game. If you be midfielder too, it not be just to give pass again. Add goals to your game, give good assists and all that. If you be striker, then you need to score more goals than any other person is scoring. It's as simple as that. Once you can do all of that, and then you stay disciplined, they rude to people, they prone to fighting, because that's one of the biggest disease we see footballers they get. Something they quick provoke them, they quick they won't fight. If they into those things, believe me, the glory moment will come and it will move from Nigeria, go abroad. If you're there around where clubs like 36 Lion D, clubs like all those Box to Boss, G12, Goshen, DROV, all these clubs where they Spartan, where they play active competition, I go say, go meet them, go tell them say you want to do trial for them. Then they humble. If they tell you, say, you come 7 o'clock, be there by 6:30, be early, and don't fight, don't steal, because sometimes I don't give players recommendation, make they go club. They reach there, they go thief phone, some go thief watch, some go thief boots. They don't be among those people. If you did like that, I believe, say, football will find you. And like me, football find me. Even media find me. Most of the things that I do, they find me. My own job is to make sure on the back end, where I do research, I read. I want to be better than my mates. That's why if you come my office, the thing you'll see the most are books. I want to be better than my mates. I want to have knowledge first in my head and then find a way to apply them. So also be that kind of person. Prepare yourself so that the day they'll tell you, say, come do trials, go there, go shake. That's not just the way I take Sam. If the guy watched this video, I hope, say, I don't help him. And thank you very much, Timothy Denbo, for always, looking out for other people. That is called leadership. What you do so now be leadership. Putting other people's interests at heart. God go bless you, and God go also help you to grow. And not they see yourself as small boy. You don't dare around for a while. Not be age. Now some people always tell me that I be small boy, I be nobody. So people don't do this industry 30, 40 years. They never set up half of the thing I don't set up. So not be age. If you continue to they do the things where they do, you're shocked. So you go even grow past people who say they don't take. If you look well, Larry Zamoje not be the oldest person for media. But the thing when they control for media, some people will say they don't do this business long before us. Some people even coach them, some people train. I don't meet people that say, I was a small boy, and when we're doing this in NTA, it was a small boy. Well, that small boy is worth over 6 billion naira. All the people they call a small boy, so and that's what the life just be. So just take encouragement. You don't interview Jimmy Agbaje. Some people will be saying they did this industry for 20, 30 years. Never figure access to Jimmy Agbaje. Those are some of the trophies we say you don't get in the industry. Mbappe age, it don't mean anything compared to Ryan Giggs' age. Okay, Mbappe don't win World Cup. Mbappe, the salary we they earn for 1 month. Now, what some people don't earn for their whole entire career. Now, the way I would say end the matter. Once again, like I still tell you now on this coronavirus thing, when I try to take warm water, use warm water, wash hand to live a clean environment. And the good with corona don't bring corona, I don't make everybody neat, everybody don't they clean, and people need to move about anyhow again. And then they follow up with the drag boss. So try and make sure say you get hand sanitizer with the alcoholic base. The only time now you are allowed to use alcohol, and I believe this, you can buy a Google yourself, turn inside the hand sanitizer to make sure say you sanitize yourself well. Well, I still remain Adafi Matthew Esogene. You love to come in the Legote One Sports. This now the Talking Point Show for Elevator TV and Elevator Radio. Now, so it take B today. More continue to do so that our body go to jollificate. As I tell you, I live in an area. When I do.